Hello guys, this is Asphalt FX Academy. So in this video, I'll be taking you through on how I got my winning trade this week on Canadian Japanese yen. So let me show you my trading view. Okay, so let us wait for it to load. Alright, so in my watch list, I do trade only 4 pairs: Canada JPY, US dollar JPY, US dollar Swiss franc, that's USD CHF, and Euro CHF, that's Euro dollar Swiss franc. So that's one of the things that I teach my students in Asphalt FX Academy, that is very good to trade a minimum currency pairs. You combining a lot of pairs together is going to be complicated for you. So it's very okay for you to have only 4 currency pairs, or at least or below 4 currency pairs. So now let us dive into my winning trade. I want to show you the analysis of my winning trade on Canadian JPY. So click on CADJPY. Alright. So let me dive into the daily time frame for you to see from the overall view of the pair. For you to see from the overall view of the time frame. So let me show you this is the daily time frame, and I will be telling you all my conferences before I took the trade. All the conferences I saw before I took the trade during this week. Okay. So let me first show you my weekly time frame. All right. Okay. So in my weekly time frame, you would have seen that you guys that have been following me for now, you would have known that I always check my weekly time frame to know my market direction in my weekly time frame. And let me show you the direction of the market. You would have known from here we have higher high, higher low here, another push up, another low, another push up here. What now happened? It breaks the low that is here, this higher low. It breaks it downward. So that's where it turns the direction of the market to a bearish form. So when it does that, it gives me a lower high, another lower low, another. It does what? It breaks this lower high, turn it to what? A bullish momentum. Give me higher low, higher low, another higher high, another higher low. So what does it do? It breaks this. It gives me high. So after then, it breaks this higher low, turn it to what? To a bearish form. So it gives me lower high, retesting this previous high here. Lower low, another lower high here, and what's lower low breaks what? This neckline. So if you see this from this weekly time frame, you have something called head and shoulder. That is what? A price correction, a reversal pattern. So if you see this kind of what? A price correction on the higher time frame, let's say a weekly time frame, which is what? An higher time frame. So if you see this kind of price correction or a chart pattern on this higher time frame, is what? It gives you what? A confidence. It gives you confidence that this will definitely drop massively. All right, it will definitely drop massively. So if you see, you have what? Left, head, and what? A right shoulder here. So let me show you perfectly for you guys to see. Alright, so this is it. We have our left here, left shoulder. We have our head here. So after that, we have our right shoulder. Right shoulder here. You have a right shoulder here. So can you guys see it clearly? So left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So if you have this kind of pattern, this type of correctional pattern on the higher time frame, is definitely telling you that 90% sure this trade is going to sell massively. So if you want to know the range of this, if you want to know the selling range of this market, so it's good for you to make use of something called a price range. We call it price range. So it's part of my tools here. You would have seen it on the right corner side here. So click on that price range. So measure it from the neckline. So you need to measure it from the neckline. Click on it. So put it at the head, the top. That is the ATH. That is the all-time high of the trend here. Put it there. So click on it. So now move the price range. Place it on that neckline where you started. Place it. So that shows that as you're looking at this trade, 90% or 85% sure is going to sell to this rate from that neckline on this weekly time frame. Definitely it's going to sell to this range. So I'm a kind of trader that I analyze from the higher time frame. My analysis is based on a swing trade. I have a swing analysis basically. So I entered as a day trader. I enter my trade as a day trader, but I analyze as a swing trader. So in order for me to drive along with the trend. That's why we always say the trend is your friend. So you need to walk along with the trend. Alright. So let me raise it for you guys. Okay. So let me now show you how I got my winning trade for this week. So scale down to the daily time frame. No, there's a breakout. So basically, which is part of my conferences, is breakout and retest. You get? So if you see this trade, there's a breakout from the neckline. We analyze from the weekly time frame. So when there was a breakout there is a retest. There was a retest there. So if you see that retest also gave me an head and a potential head and shoulder. So showing me that there's an head and shoulder in the weekly time frame. There is also an head and shoulder in the daily time frame. So if you have a lot of conferences, it's going to give you more confidence in taking that trade. If you have a lot of conferences, but if you have more confidence, it's still okay, but it's not perfectly okay for you to take that trade. You need to have at least 3 conferences, at least 3 confirmation. So conference is more like a confirmation for you to know that am I going to take this trade? Okay. So now this is the daily time frame, as you see, and if you see the daily time frame, we have potential head and shoulder. You have the left head, the left shoulder, the head here. You see the head and and the right shoulder here. So and this is the neckline, and the price does the price breaks the neckline. So that's why I put this arrow, this red arrow here. That is, I'm waiting for a retest of the price in that neckline for me to sell massively, to take another entry on that trade. So let me show you how I took my entry this week, but I'm waiting for another entry this coming week. Okay. So scale down to 4 hours. So it's top down analysis meaning that you are analyzing from the top higher time frame to the lower time frame. So as you can see, in my 4 hour time frame, I also have an head and shoulder. So can you see from the weekly I have an head and shoulder, daily head and shoulder, 4 hour also head and shoulder. So let me scale down to 1 hour time frame to show you how I got my winning trade perfectly. So as you can see, when the retest happened here, so and the retest happened, but there was what a bullish trend from the 4-hour time frame to this top. So before I could take the trade, I waited for a breakout from this support here, from this support zone, from this demand zone here. When it breaks out from this demand zone, and it breaks out, so I waited for a retest here. So I waited for a retest here. So after that, so my entry signal is actually, as all you guys know, that my entry signal is always a bearish engulfing if I want to sell, and a bullish engulfing if I want to buy. So here I'm actually waiting for a sell trade here. So I waited for a sell trade here. So when it retest, so I waited for my entry signal, which is bearish engulfing. So this is the engulfing candlestick here. This bearish, although the market was actually consolidating around that spot, but I saw before the market started consolidating, I saw my entry signal, which is the bearish engulfing. So after that, I took the trade from there. So you have seen it. I took the trade from there, and the trade hits my what? My TP. So that was how I got my winning trade for this week. So by next week, I'm still waiting for the entry because it has retested my 4-hour head and shoulder, the neckline of my head and shoulder from the 4-hour. It has retested it, and it retested that neckline of my daily time frame. So now I'm potentially waiting for my entry signal on the lower time frame. It's either the 1 hour or the 30-minute time frame. So guys, I hope you understand how I got my mini trade for this week. So we are waiting for a potential entry signal for next week. So I hope you learned from this my trading strategy, which is top-down analysis, and analyzing from the higher time frame, which is the weekly, down to the lower time frame. So peace out, guys, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and put a like button on my channel. All right, thank you guys.